Hello everyone, I'm Sadie Walton and welcome to my tub. This week we'll be talking about taxes, every American's least favorite thing other than the band Nickelback. Last week the Senate passed the largest tax overhaul of the past 30 years by a narrow margin of 51 to 49. The bill reportedly contained handwritten amendments, entire pages of crossed-out passages, and a section written on the back of Paul Ryan's old Chipotle wrapper. Senators received the 479-page document just 5 hours before the vote, making it virtually impossible for them to read it before the vote, except for, of course, Senator The Flash. Before voting, this bill has been widely pitched by Trump as a tax bill for the middle class, but by taking just a slightly closer look, you can see that this bill is as much for the middle class as elaborate baby Halloween costumes are for the children. I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe that baby wanted to be Joe Dirt for Halloween. At the heart of this bill is a giant corporate tax cut that reduces the corporate tax from 35% to 20%. And that money has got to be made up somewhere, like by repealing tax breaks for medical expenses, moving expenses, student loan interest, and by straight up just beating the middle class with sticks until they empty their pockets. And that's just one tiny piece of this shit pie. There are too many weird pieces of legislature crammed into this bill for me to even begin to scratch the surface. Stuff like no longer allowing teachers to deduct money spent on school supplies, a healthcare change that's expected to lead to 13 million Americans losing insurance, the opening up of land in Alaska for oil drilling, and one clause mandating that everyone must now refer to Mitch McConnell as Big Papi. The scariest thing about this bill is what it does to our country's deficit. The GOP initially stated that this bill would pay for itself, but a new analysis suggests that they were off by as much as $1.4 trillion that would be added to our nation's deficit over the next 10 years. So, how do you make a $1.4 trillion error? I've never made a mistake that big, and I go to art school, where math is mostly drawing shapes and then talking about how they make us feel. This hexagon makes me feel anxious about our country's future. Now, it is important to note that this bill has not yet been signed into law. It's headed to conference committee, where the House and Senate will have to come to an agreement before it can be sent to Trump to sign. Republicans hope to pass the bill before the holiday break, but there are major discrepancies between the two versions that could delay the process, as well as the possibility of a manic Bernie Sanders sneaking into the Capitol building to steal all the copies of the bill in the middle of the night. Fingers crossed for that last one, but you should probably call your representatives and voice your opinion just in case. This has been Liberal Bubbles with Sadie Walton. Thanks for watching.